Hi Aries, welcome to your week ahead reading. Thanks for joining me here. Thanks as always for all your love and support of the channel. Very, very appreciated. Let's get on with your reading. Hope you've had a great week. We're doing this for week commencing the 5th of May. Now the 5th of May in the UK is bank holiday, so ooh, lovely day off work. So let's see. We're going to start your reading the usual way with a couple of energy oracles. So can we have 2 cards, please and thank you, for Aries? The sun is shining in the UK yet again. We are being spoilt this month. Lovely. So let's see. Please and thank you. 2 messages, 2 cards, 2 energies for Aries. Taking their time. Nothing wrong with that. Thank you. So we have man holding heart. Thank you. And we have hostilities. Could be a relationship issue this week. Oh, somebody close to your heart. Don't worry about that. I've just dropped everything. Ooh. We have man holding heart, and then we have hostilities. So hostilities is very much 5 of Wands energy. You know, people just not being on the same page as you. There could be some conflict with relationships, friendships, perhaps, or somebody close to your heart who's possibly male. Let's have a look. Let's see what the focus is for Aries. We're going to use Light Seers Tarot. It's been a long, long time. Thank you. Dear Spirit Guides and Angels, please join me in this reading for Aries and make it helpful, hopeful and healing. Okay, so we've got 2 cards out already. Your main focus is the Queen of Swords. Your opportunity, wow. Knight of Swords. Your challenge, please and thank you. I'll tell you what, they're not holding up this time. Is the Page of Wands. External influence. There we are, 5 of Wands, which is your hostilities. Excuse me. And advice and outcome, please and thank you. Advice and outcome, please and thank you for Aries. Gosh, it's hot in here today. It's only 8 o'clock in the morning as well. Oh, I like that. How lovely to end on that. So Queen of Swords is your focus. Now, the Queen of Swords is very forthright. She's very stern. She knows her mind. Nothing's going to change her mind. Quite stubborn in her demeanour, but for the good. She looks after herself, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think we spend far too much time thinking of others and looking after others, and we forget about ourselves. No, she doesn't. She will not involve herself with people that are tit for tat kind of thing. The Knight of Swords is your opportunity. Now, the Knight of Swords is just getting those thoughts into action, doing something about it. Because the Knight of Swords is the fastest moving knight in the deck. Knights progress situations, energies, and the swords are our thought process. Now, that's the mental suit. So there's something about you literally putting your words into action next week. Page of Wands is your challenge. Now, for some of you, this could be a work colleague. It could be just somebody around you, or it could be you. And the Page of Wands as a challenge is somebody just got far too much responsibility on their shoulders. They're just, all they want to do is focus on the positive and have a good time, basically. But there's something about the Page of Wands here that, yeah, they're just taking on a little bit too much, perhaps. Now, also, the Page of Wands can be somebody who's a little bit thoughtless, a bit of again, with that Knight of Swords, he can be very much like that, very, bull in a china shop. So there's kind of conflicting energies there too. Now, Wands are your suit, and that could be, as I say, I'm gearing towards you, Aries. This is you as a challenge coming in that you're going to have to face, perhaps, with that, maybe, the determination that you have to put something in place. You've got to be you've got to have that tenacity too to go with it. Is what I'm feeling here. It's no good just saying it. You've got to do it as well. Now, the Five of Wands is your challenge. It's your external influences. It's like people at work, again, family members, somebody around you. They're just bickering and arguing. And it can be a very also egotistical energy. But you know what? Sometimes I think you need that as an external influence. We're going to clarify and see if this is a good or a bad thing. I don't always see that as a bad card. I sometimes see that as you needing to step up a little bit and kind of get that oomph back in your belly, you know, get that drive back in. If it's to do with work, you know, reach your goals again, get the sales in, get whatever is coming into you. With the Five of Wands and the man holding a heart, it could be some sort of clashing with somebody else. You do have the Knight of Cups as your advice and outcome. Now, this is such a beautiful card. For me, it's the card of apologies. It's the Knight of Cups is the person that traditionally called the knight in shining armor. So somebody will come and sweep you off your feet, very romantic, offering you things that you love. You know, he's got flowers there. He's got a little love letter sat there. And the horse in the background is very gracious, you know, such a beautiful, gracious energy. When we clarify, I'm very drawn to the fact that they're either saying that you need to perhaps back down and perhaps let this one ride and remember the, you know, the generosity of the energy, the giving side of it. Or this isn't, well, actually, I feel it's the same message. There's an apology coming in. Well, you know, when somebody just, not necessarily giving you anything materialistic, but you know, when somebody just acknowledges you for something, for your hard work, for your, and it just deflates the situation immediately. And it takes one word. It could be something as simple as that. Now, we are going to clarify with Radiant Ryder Waite, which I haven't even got out of the box yet, surprisingly. So I'm going to need to give those a bit of a shuffle. So yeah, I'm very drawn to more of a conflict with somebody, this is. But perhaps you, I'm not saying back down in it, I'm not saying, but be more, what's the word? Oh, what's the word? Be more open-minded. So we've already got one out clarifying the Queen of Swords. That's clarified by the Six of Cups, the Three of Cups. Wow, lots of cups. Cups are our emotions, relationships, matters of the heart. And the Empress. Now my throat chakra is now playing up. So there's something that needs to get spoken about here too. There's something about a lack of communication. Now you are the first reading I've done today. And so it's not through use of my voice that is going. There's definitely, I feel, a message here. You need to be getting your something off your chest. The Six of Cups clarifies the Queen of Swords. It's something about the past, something about, I don't know if you've been reminiscing about a person or looking at photographs. It's a very nostalgic energy. Now, maybe this is what the Queen of Swords is about. You've got to cut that out, perhaps. Perhaps there's something you keep referring back to that is just keeping you stuck. Because you'll see the Queen of Swords, particularly in this deck, she has her heart locked away in the cage there. No emotions comes into this decision or this energy. You have got the Three of Cups clarifying that. It could be something to do with a friendship group, a partnership, or there's three people involved with this hostility next week. Now, the Empress is also clarifying that. For some of you, it is actually involving a mother, because she's the mama of the deck. She's absolutely beautiful though, and she's very nurturing and very loving. She's very giving. I almost want to say also that with this Queen of Swords energy, by getting in that kind of mode, if you like, brings back the Empress side to you, brings back the creativity and the abundance. But there's something about cutting something out from the past. Now, again, it perhaps is keeping you stuck there. And that's why the Queen of Swords is here next week. You know, you need, perhaps there's something coming through with that Empress to make you realise that, you know, we need to move on from this. Now, talk about moving on. You've got the Knight of Swords. You couldn't get it's the most fastest moving on energy, if you like. It's like tension is built and built and built. And now it's finally like, maybe a bit like a bubbling pot. Let's have a look, Knight of Swords. Why are you here for Aries? Please and thank you. Again, being very specific. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, you've got the Queen of Swords again. You are going to need to be very forthright, assertive. You've got the High Priestess also clarifying that. Now, it could be the High Priestess obviously is very intuitive. So perhaps you've kind of had, as I say, this has been bubbling up and bubbling up. So you've kind of had an energy that you know that this has got to be sorted out. You know, there's no doubt about it. She also holds information, the High Priestess, so and can often be referred to as the card of secrets. Now, it can be there's an opportunity that something comes to light that just gives you that, you know, when you just think, maybe you've thought of a situation, for me, definitely, you know, you just think, oh, that's okay. That's okay. And then finally it's like, no, now it's not okay. And I know it's not. And so for me, I have to get to that stage in order to take action on anything so that I don't have regrets. That sounds a bit deep, but it's how I am reading this. And then you've got Judgment. Now, Judgment with that Knight of Swords, Judgment is about timing. It's about time. Something needs to go, something needs to give, and you need to say something about it. You can see he's got the trumpet. I think that's Archangel Gabriel. And he has the trumpet there. And that's the trumpet of communication. And it's like, say something, do something. Come out of your box. You might have to step outside your comfort zone a little bit. Your belief systems might be having to be tested a little bit. But it's all about the right time. Now, the Page of Wands is your challenge. Could be that actually there's a child involved here too. Whenever I see pages, it does resonate for children for me. But particularly in this deck, this Page of Wands to me is like the Tasmanian devil. You know, they're like, oh, you know, they have quite a immature energy in as much as they don't care. They're like, oh, I just want to get on. Let's get this show on the road. Let's just, you know, I've got this idea. I don't know what to do with it. You know, don't know what way to turn, but I've got all this oomph. As a challenge, they can be a bit pushy and a bit too much also, and not really wanting to take responsibility. So that could be your man holding a heart. It could be that, you know, they could be quite immature in their thought processes. We've got that's clarified with the Hierophant, the Six of Wands, and one more, please and thank you. Thank you. And the Six of Swords. Wow. As I said, it's an energy that's kept you stuck, because the Six of Swords is, as a challenge, is you not being able to see the wood for the trees. It's like you feel like you're constantly in this vicious circle, and almost like I just saw like water going down the sink there. You know, it's like this whirlwind or this whirlpool of emotion and you're going round and round in circles. The Six of, because some people you just can't get through to, can you? Excuse me. And I really do feel that here. It's like you've tried and tried and tried. And it's almost like, all right, I've tried to be nice. I've tried to say it as delicately as possible, but now it's time perhaps to be that Knight of Swords. And like, all right, enough's enough. Because you got the Six of Wands also. And the Six of Wands is about public recognition and success. But I don't know if you're a little bit worried about what other people might think. Perhaps it involves other family members. Perhaps it involves work colleagues. And there's an element of, I don't want them to think I'm the baddie. Or I don't want them to think bad of me. You then have the Hierophant clarifying this Page of Wands. You have some sort of commitment to them. That's what I feel. And you have done for a long, long time, because this is high levels of commitment. You've also perhaps in the past looked up to them for advice and mentorship. They could have been a teacher or some sort of, and very spiritual too, perhaps, that have maybe influenced you and maybe given you this false sense of adventure even. Now the Five of Wands is your external influence. Let's see if this a good thing or a bad thing, because Five of Wands is usually quite, you know, people just being not on the same page. They've got, you know, you've got to have an ego, don't get me wrong, because the ego is what saves us too, as well as, you know, in a good or a bad way. But it's like they're a bit too egotistical. Oh my gosh, you've got the Knight of Swords. Another double. Yeah, I think that's your driving force, to be honest with you. Why else do we have the Knight of Swords, please and thank you? Yeah. So these people that are around you, or this person, or this competition, that's what's driving you. Because you're the Knight of Swords again. This is pushing you forward with your ideas, with your determination, with your that sense of, right, enough's enough. I need to actually take action myself and stop thinking about it and actually do it. You've got the Eight of Cups. Look, they're walking away, because the Eight of Cups comes in when we need to leave something behind or somebody behind that's not serving us, a situation. Now, it doesn't have to be permanent. It just means you perhaps need a good old break from this also. But what I will say about the Eight of Cups in this deck is it's also a card of confusion and illusion. Because there are, in fact, 8 cups there, but it looks like there's one missing. Now, maybe that's just something missing for you. And that you're thinking, I just need that little extra. I just need to go off and find that little extra. And that little extra is here, look. You've got the Ace of Cups. It's like there is something more to come. There is something more to be had. I know this can be a new relationship, because it's an Ace of Cups. Whatever it is a matter of the heart, something that you love, somebody that you love. It can even mean, you know, you've got this. Whenever I see this card, it also gives me the feeling of a refreshment, as kind of a reset on a relationship too. But you've had to go through this, get to this point, unfortunately, for anything to happen. And then you've got the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups, as I say, is your knight in shining armor. Then I feel like this is an apology. This is somebody, excuse me, holding out the white flag, so to speak. Why do we have the Knight of Cups here? For Aries, yeah, Ten of Swords. Page of Wands, which is here as your challenge. That Page of Wands is apologising to you. That Page of Wands is making amends and coming up with something. And as I said, it can be something as simple as acknowledging your hard work. It can, but whatever it is, it just deflates the situation. You've got the Ten of Swords, look. When I say deflates the situation, this is the end of arguments, strifey times, stressy times, end of feeling stabbed in the back. You've got the Ace of Pentacles. They're offering you something here. Now, something materialistic even. It could be a gift of some kind that involves some sort of financial gain also. It can be, you know, just recognizing your worth also, because Pentacles are a coin about money, finances. Excuse me, Aries, you need to say something. Save my voice. And it can be that, you know, even a boss at work offering you a new contract, or thinking, yeah, actually, we're recognising your hard work now, and therefore we would want to give you more of a financial reward. And then you've got the Page of Wands. Again, I just feel like that you've overcome this Page of Wands here as your challenge. They're there. They are there. And they've got a feather in their cap on this one. So it's like, okay, learnt my lesson there. I love this. It seems like it's gone round in a bit of a circle and come full circle, but it needed to. It needed to. Let's finish this with a Wisdom of the Oracle card, please, and thank you for Aries. What other messages are here, please, for Aries? Oh my gosh, this is probably one of the most favourite cards. I mean, these cards are just beautiful. This is called Mending. And this is what this is all about. It's like coming together again, fixing something, working as a team. I love that. Take time out, though, Aries, to try and keep this lovely flow going. Try not to get back into that energy that you were in before. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Oh my gosh, my voice. I hope it's going to be all right for the next reading. Have a great week. Let me know how that resonates, and I'll see you soon.